Let's take a look at what's going on in the world now. It's been 30 years since the release of the famous Nirvana album titled Nevermind. The album made all the more famous thanks to its iconic cover showing a naked baby underwater. The baby on the cover is Spencer Elden, now 30 years old, and filing a lawsuit against the band, alleging he was a victim of child pornography. While non-sexualized nude photos of infants are generally not considered child pornography under law, Elden's lawyer argues the inclusion of currency in the shot makes the baby appear like a sex worker. This refers to the digital imposition of a dollar bill on a fishhook that the baby looks like he's trying to grab. Many say the cover was considered a rebuke of capitalism. Elden is asking for at least $150,000 from each of the defendants, made up of the surviving band members and the photographer. Afghan singer Arirang Saeed, who used her international fame to amplify calls for women's rights, shared the story of her escape from her homeland as the Taliban took control of Kabul. Saeed says she and her fiancé made reservations on a commercial flight scheduled for August 15th, the day the Taliban entered Kabul. The overcrowded commercial flight never took off, but she was able to fly out of the country on a U.S. military plane a few days later. But the moments leading up to the escape was anything but easy.
So we're driving and we passed through about 5 Taliban checkpoints. One of them actually stopped our car, and it was like 11 at night, and one of them, he just put a light through the car, and the minute that he saw me with the little boy, and obviously I was covered with a hijab, he could only see my eyes, and I was wearing glasses as well. It was just terrifying.
And finally over to Washington, where House Democrats voted to move forward with President Joe Biden's top legislative priorities after resolving a massive standoff. The House voted 220 to 212 on a key procedural motion to instruct committees to write the massive spending bill, which can pass both congressional chambers without any Republican support. In response to the vote, Biden called it a progress toward passing his proposals and securing a historic investment that's going to transform America, cut taxes for working families, and position the American economy for long-term economic growth. Meanwhile, lawmakers insisted that the $550 billion infrastructure bill, which was voted for earlier, moves forward and is signed into law before they begin crafting the larger bill. 이승재, Arirang News.